Hey everyone, welcome to the episode of That's All Funny. My guest today is Russian dark pop songwriter, singer, Carrie. How you doing
Yes,
today?
I'm great, thank you. Just came back from vacation, visited my parents. They live in another city. I had a good rest and I'm ready to work. And I'm very excited because this is my first live interview in English.
Well, it's amazing because yeah, I see you do your music, sort of in English, and it seems like you said you were on vacation, but you've been doing a lot, right? Putting out new music, the Welcome to Hell, and all your other releases. Pretty amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
um, I know me personally, I love pop music. I've been growing up with it since the '90s. Because my older sister, I would listen to a lot of pop music like Ace of Base, the Spice Girls, Aqua. What music did you listen to growing up?
You know, I can say the same thing because I have an older brother, and initially my music taste was formed based on his preferences in music. And those were bands like Linkin Park,
Mm,
Limp Bizkit, The Prodigy. I really like them. But when I grew up a little, I watched MTV a lot, and I discovered artists like Mariah Carey,
mhm.
um, Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears,
Oh
and
yeah.
George Michael, and they have been my idols for a long time.
No, yeah, they're all amazing pop artists, and yeah, I know me growing up in high school, I would listen to a lot more of that, like you said, the Linkin Park and the like rock music and stuff. But now that I'm older, I like the music, let's say, that's softer and soothing, or with the beautiful voices like yours. Very
Mhm.
much so. And did you go to school to learn how to make music or sing? Are you self-taught, or are you naturally just, with the talent?
I didn't study at music school, and unfortunately, I have no formal education in this field. But I have several excellent vocal coaches, and they gave me good foundation. And now I mainly practice singing independently. Um, as for songwriting, I am self-taught, yes, but once I sought a consultation uh, from another musician. He's a singer-songwriter too, and he gave me some tips and good techniques, and now I use them. I don't know how to arrange, mix music, so I always delegate this that task.
Okay. And like, were any of your like family members, like, when did you know you wanted to do this? At what age? Like, were there any family members that were like, "Hey, you should pursue this," or inspirations, or someone that gave you that extra push, or did you for yourself want to like do it at a certain age? I want to do this professionally.
It's very interesting because I'll start by saying that I have a higher economic education. And before entering university, I didn't really much think about pursuing a career in music. However, in university, I had a vibrant life, and it happened that I joined a female vocal group, and we performed a lot, and I really liked it. And we participated in competitions, and suddenly I realized that music was closer to me than finance. And yes, there was a time when I worked at a bank, then in an office, and even in a flower shop, but music was always there throughout those years. And until the age of 28, I only performed cover songs.
Hmm.
And you know how I realized that I want to make my own music? It's funny because I heard Billie Eilish's song called Belly Ache,
Hmm.
and and I thought, "Oh my god, it sounds so good." And, like, uh, this song just made for my voice. And I was so upset that I, didn't, write it. Um, and I felt so frustrated that I decided to write a song, perfectly suited to me, and that's how it started.
Well, some of the best songs are made out of that sort of, anger and
Yes.
frustration, like, "You know what? No, that's the fire I needed to get me going," you know?
That's
Oh,
right.
that's that's wonderful. And, you know, I know your music, I've listened to it, you know, like the Welcome to Hell and all the other releases you had on there, they're wonderful. You describe it as dark pop music, which I think it's exactly what it sounds like, currently, what musical artists inspire you at the moment, you know? Are there, besides, like, you just said Billie Eilish, but are there any other musical, inspirations you get from, especially right now?
Yes, Billie Eilish, yes, she's my number one. Post Malone, um, Lana Del Rey has been
Mhm.
inspiring me for many years. The Neighborhood, um, Joji, I love his music. I think his voice is so heartfelt and deep. Olivia Rodrigo, she
Mm.
has incredible energy. Upsal, um, her music is so hot. Yes, and King Mala. I think these are my favorites.
Oh, I know I love, currently, I'm all about, like, Lady Gaga, Lord is great,
Yes.
Marina
Mhm,
and the
of
Diamonds.
course. Mhm.
God, she's wonderful. Even Pussy Riot, I really like Pussy Riot too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. Their music's very it's different, but like I really enjoy it. It's very, you know, it's pop, but it's in sort of a protesting way, but it's
Yes,
amazing too.
it's cool.
Uh and you know, your musical process, like, do you typically have a song melody in mind? Do you write the lyrics first? Do you get the music and then write lyrics to it? How's that creative process kinda go for you?
Most of the time, the process is the same. I sit at the piano, I play chords while simultaneously coming up with a melody. Occasionally, the melody is already in my head, and then I have to frame it in music. Very rarely, but it happens. I come up with a melody to fit a bass line or pre-made beat.
You know, you write and perform, you know, your music in English,
Yeah,
and your what's your native language? Russian?
yeah, that's
D
correct.
do, you also make music in Russian? Do you plan to like, make alternative songs that you'd write in English and Russian as well? Or how do you plan to do that? Or just, put out English releases of it?
Yes, I had thoughts of creating a side project where I would sing in Russian or create tracks in two languages,
Mhm.
uh, which is actually trendy in Russia.
Oh,
Many
yeah?
artists, yes, add English phrases to Russian lyrics. Um, but to be honest, I simply don't have time for it at the moment. Um, and initially, I really wanted to sing in English because, as I mentioned before, I grew up with that kind of music. And it was a dream of mine to become a part of international music industry. And now I'm dedicating all my efforts in that direction. However, I don't exclude the possibility of writing in Russian someday.
Mhm. No, that's a good plan, and, yeah, I've heard songs like, I don't know, like, what, 99 Red Balloons or something where it's sort of English and the other native language, and they kinda are the same beat, so I didn't know if it was that. I'm sure there's more to it, of course, you know, when translating, I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like a hard task to do, and I completely
Mhm,
understand. Uh, I know you just released your song "Welcome to Hell."
mhm.
Amazing, song again. Hard hitting with your beautiful voice, and then the dark lyrics. I just love it.
Thank
Uh-huh. What are your plans for new music? Do you like are collecting these to release an entire album, or do you just release the songs as you create them?
you. To be honest, I really love this dark pop style, and I want to write as much as possible in this style. However, lately, I've been receiving a lot of interesting offers from other musicians,
Oh.
uh, and they work in completely different styles.
Uh-huh.
uh, and I simply don't want to turn them down because the music they propose is really awesome. And I decided to release everything that comes from my soul. So this summer, I plan to release a couple of indie pop, melancholic indie pop ballads,
Mhm.
dance pop track, and even a sensual drum and bass song.
Oh, okay. No, it's not.
Good plans, yes. But there is no talk of an album yet. Maybe in a year. Yes, I'll start working on one. Right now, I'm focused on singles.
Okay, and you do want to, like you said, kind of branch out with other maybe genres.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be open minded like that.
Mhm.
That's cool. No, that's great. And do you ever plan to do any sort of live performing, or do you ever want to do any aspire to do anything like that, like live performances?
As for live performances, they are planned, of course, but only for next year. I want to gather material to perform with.
Mhm. And I know we're talking about your native language being Russian. I don't know if you've seen those videos of girls hanging out with the Russian, like with the bears in Russia. Is that like a common thing where girls hang out with bears?
Uh,
Are bears pretty common in Russia, or is that just?
actually, I haven't seen such videos. And bears, I need to say this. Bears don't walk around the streets in Russia. No. But I do know that there are companies that organize photo shoots with bears.
Mhm,
That's true. Um, I personally don't understand it and don't support it.
mhm,
Uh, animals shouldn't be exploited for that purposes. And moreover, they are often drugged to make them calm.
mhm.
Yes, bears are dangerous, of
Yeah.
course. And it breaks my heart and deeply saddens me.
No, well, yeah, no, I completely understand that side of it, because yeah, you're right. These are wild creatures, and for them to be around people isn't really natural. So yeah, you would have to sedate and do something obviously the animal doesn't want to do.
Mhm.
It can't say it wants to do it, so I completely understand.
Yeah.
Um, no, and yeah, I hope I thank you so much for your time today.
Thank
Appreciate again, like I know it's a odd time schedule here between you and I, but I appreciate having the time with you and getting to have you interview, and I appreciate you doing it in English. I was
I hope you understand me.
No, no, you did amazing, and I can't wait to hear more music from you and any other music you may be attached to. Where people can find you on your YouTube, right? Uh, okay, YouTube, and then I'll have all the descriptions there
Yeah.
and then on your Twitter. But yeah, no, I thank you so much for continuing to create. I really appreciate I don't know, just art. It's amazing. And again, I thank you for your time today.
Thank you for
And
having me. Thank
No,
you.
of course, and yeah, we'll talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome to hell. Everyone here's under a spell. They tell me don't chill.